What if I told you that even if she's lost interest, you can actually turn things around, win her back, and make her fall for you all over again, faster than you ever imagined? Stick with me, and I'll reveal exactly how to reignite that spark, rebuild your connection, and leave a lasting impression that keeps her coming back for more. But here's the thing. If you leave early, you risk missing the one thing that could make all the difference in fixing what feels broken. Every single step I'm about to share is critical, so stay focused, because this could change everything. And hey, before we proceed, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world and helps us keep delivering powerful tips, just like this. Ready? Let's get started. Imagine this. You've been in a relationship for months, maybe even years. Things were great, laughing together, making memories, sharing dreams. But suddenly, she starts pulling away. You notice the signs. Her texts become fewer, her replies shorter, and her attention almost gone. You can't quite figure out what went wrong. 1 minute she was all in, and now, silence. And that silence, it feels like it's slowly suffocating everything you thought you had. You feel it deep down, that sense of losing her for good. But what if I told you this isn't the end of the story? That, with the right strategy, you can turn this around, win her back, and build something even stronger than before. It's not just about reattracting her. This is about becoming the man who can rebuild himself, make her see you in a whole new light, and unlock a connection that could be even more powerful than before. You might be thinking, how is that possible? She has lost interest already, and I've tried everything. Well, I'm here to tell you that the steps I'm about to show you can flip the script entirely. You can take control of this situation, and it's not as hard as you might think. So stay with me, because what comes next is the missing piece you need. Step 1. Neediness versus vulnerability. Let's start with one of the biggest mistakes men make when trying to win a woman back. Confusing neediness with vulnerability. And trust me, this is a line you don't want to cross. So, what's the real difference? Neediness is when you start acting like you can't survive without her. It's that constant, anxious energy, like you're desperately trying to hold on to her with both hands, hoping she won't slip away. But here's the thing. Neediness only pushes her further. It makes her feel overwhelmed, like she's carrying the weight of your entire emotional world on her shoulders. And that's the last thing you want. Now, vulnerability? That's a completely different story. Vulnerability is powerful because it shows your emotional side in a way that's grounded and mature. It's about being open and honest, sharing your feelings, but doing it in a way that doesn't make her feel like she's responsible for fixing you. When you show vulnerability, you're essentially saying, I'm strong enough to be real with you, but I don't need you to complete me. Women are drawn to this type of openness because it shows emotional maturity, something that's incredibly attractive and rare. So, here's the key. Be honest about how you feel, but do it in a way that lets her know you're okay on your own. You're not desperate for her approval. You're simply sharing what's in your heart. When you strike that balance, she'll start to see you in a new light, and you'll notice her gradually opening up to you again. Now, I want you to think about this. Have you been coming across as needy without even realizing it? Are you constantly reaching out, bombarding her with texts, or trying to fix everything at once? If so, it's time to take a step back, realign, and show up as someone who is emotionally independent, but still deeply connected. And trust me, that shift will be felt. Step 2. Human nature versus control. This is one of the most crucial elements in reattracting her. Men often make the mistake of trying to control the situation, thinking that by dominating her feelings or actions, they can force things to go their way. But here's the truth that you need to understand. Trying to control her only pushes her further away. Control breeds resistance. Resistance that creates distance. So what's the better approach? It's understanding human nature, not trying to bend it to your will. Women are naturally attracted to men who can embrace freedom, not just in their own lives, but also in how they approach relationships. They want to feel free, respected, and able to be themselves around you. But here's the catch. The freedom that attracts her isn't about being aloof or distant. It's about being emotionally grounded and in control of yourself. When you stop trying to control her feelings and start focusing on controlling your own emotions and actions, everything shifts. She'll begin to see you as someone who isn't desperate or needy. Instead, she'll see a man who is confident, self-assured, and emotionally independent, a man she can respect and admire. Now, this doesn't mean you should become cold or detached. It's about the freedom to be your authentic self without manipulation or pressure. When you stop trying to make her feel a certain way and instead focus on being the man she wants to be with, you instantly change the dynamic. She'll start to feel more attraction to you, not because you're forcing it, but because you're giving her space to feel what she wants to feel on her own terms. This is the subtle but powerful shift that can make all the difference. Embracing freedom, not control. Step 3. Rebuild yourself. Here's what most men often overlook but crucial when it comes to winning her back. Rebuilding yourself. This step is where most guys go wrong, thinking that if they just try harder or show more attention, she'll magically come around. But the truth is, if you want to reignite her attraction, it starts with you. When you focus on strengthening yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally, you become a completely different version of yourself. And this isn't about just hitting the gym or reading a few self-help books. It's about creating a life where you are your own priority, where you feel confident, purposeful, and in control of your own journey. When she sees that, it creates an irresistible aura around you. It's the kind of energy that draws her in without you having to try too hard. Think about it. Confidence isn't something you pretend to have. It's something you earn by improving yourself every single day. Whether it's getting in better shape, mastering a new skill, or simply gaining clarity on what you want out of life, this type of growth is what reignites attraction. Not just physical attraction, but emotional connection. It shows her that you're the type of man who has his own life and his purpose and doesn't rely on anyone to complete him. And here's the secret. When you start rebuilding yourself, you'll notice a shift in the dynamic between you two. You won't be chasing her anymore, because you'll have become the type of person who naturally attracts her. This is the key to shifting her perception of you, and it's a process that requires patience and commitment. But trust me, the payoff is massive. Step 4. Stop thinking too much. Here's where most men mess up: overthinking. You know what I'm talking about. The constant thinking about every little thing she said or didn't say. It feels like your mind is working overtime, trying to figure out what went wrong or what to say next. But here's the truth. When you overthink, you're losing your emotional clarity. You're no longer seeing things clearly, and that uncertainty can be felt by her. It's like putting out a signal of neediness and anxiety, things that naturally push people away, especially women. Instead of obsessing over every little thing, you need to step back. Take a deep breath. Reconnect with your purpose and your own sense of self-worth. Focus on what makes you feel confident and in control of your emotions. When you do this, not only will you feel more at ease, but you'll also project calm and strength, a magnet for attraction. So, stop trying to decode every text or second-guess yourself. You need to be the guy who's in control of his mind, not the guy who lets his thoughts run wild. Let go of that pressure and watch how the situation starts to shift in your favor. Step 5. Focus on what lies ahead. It's natural to want to fix things by revisiting the past, but here's the thing: you can't turn back time. The more you chase what was, the further you push her away. What you need to do now is focus on moving forward, but not just any forward motion. What's crucial here is that you take the lessons you've learned and use them to evolve. This is about personal growth, not just for the sake of fixing the relationship, but for you. When you're focused on being the best version of yourself, you stop being a man who is defined by his past mistakes or his relationship status. You become a man who's defined by his progress, his ambition, and his future. It's easy to get caught up in thinking you need her to validate your worth again. But the reality is, when you become someone who is focused on building a better life for yourself, you become someone who she can't help but take notice of. And when you shift your focus from fixing the past to creating a future, you'll find that your chances of winning her back aren't just increased, they're inevitable. But it all starts with you. Right now. If you're feeling this and you're ready to keep leveling up, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. By doing so, you're helping us bring more of these powerful insights straight to you. Step 6. Don't be too unpredictable. Here's where a lot of guys make a mistake. They think being unpredictable will keep her on her toes, but in reality, it creates uncertainty. Now, don't get me wrong, being spontaneous in the right moments can be exciting. But when it comes to building trust and reestablishing a connection, stability is what really catches her attention. If you're constantly switching things up, acting hot one minute, cold the next, or doing things that feel inconsistent, she'll begin to doubt your intentions. That unpredictability, it doesn't make her more intrigued, it makes her more unsure of who you are. Think about it. A man who is steady, consistent, and reliable is someone who shows strength, someone who can be trusted. She knows what to expect from him, and that creates security, which is incredibly attractive. When you act with confidence and follow through with your words and actions, you build a foundation of trust that can't be broken easily. And here's the kicker. When she feels safe and secure, she can let her guard down. That's when she starts to truly feel something for you again. But if she's left guessing all the time, trying to figure out who you are today or what mood you're in, it only pushes her further away. So, if you want to win her back, show her that the man she fell for is someone who is stable, reliable, and consistent, someone she can depend on. Remember, stability doesn't mean being boring or predictable in a negative way. It means being someone who can create a safe space for her to trust, be vulnerable, and open up to you again. That's what truly makes a difference. Step 7. Embrace patience. Patience. And I know you're probably thinking, but how can I be patient when I just want things to work right now? Trust me, I get it. But here's the thing. This isn't about rushing back into a relationship or trying to force something that's not ready. Good things take time, and if you try to speed up this process, you risk undermining the very foundation you're trying to rebuild. Patience is all about giving space for both of you to grow, heal, and come back to the table as your best selves. It's not about waiting for her to come around. It's about focusing on yourself and allowing her to see the man you've become, not just the man you were. And the truth is, this slow, deliberate approach is what will make your connection stronger than ever. All right, let's break it down real quick. First, understand this. The difference between neediness and vulnerability is everything. Neediness pushes her away, but vulnerability shows your true self in a way that invites connection. Second, stop trying to control the situation. Focus on understanding her, not manipulating the outcome. Shift your mindset. Focus on the future, not the past. Don't get trapped in overthinking. Take decisive action. Rebuild yourself from within, and most importantly, be consistent and stable in your approach. That's how you build real attraction and trust. These aren't just theories I'm throwing at you. They're proven principles that will help you reconnect with her and reignite that spark. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Stoic Tribe Influence. But here's the challenge. If you're ready to stop making the same mistakes, take one of these steps we talked about and apply it this week. Just one, whether it's stopping the chase or showing up with that confidence, and then come back to the comments and let me know how it's going. I want to see how fast you can make this happen. Also, don't stop here. If you haven't yet, check out our previous videos for more actionable tips on relationships, communication, and becoming the best version of yourself. And watch out for our next video, which I will be dropping soon.